Okay, all glory and praises go to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders, Jim and salutations to the Akim out there that's pushing this truth. And as you can see the title, which is clearly Bible prophecy, it says Russia calls Israel the problem in the Middle East and defends Iran and its allies. All right. And that's Bible prophecy, okay? When you read Ezekiel the 38th chapter, man. But that also is showing you what Esau is divided, all right, and what being revealed in these last days, like the scripture says in the book of Thessalonians, you know, says then shall the man of sin be revealed, man, even amongst other Edomites, man, because those Khazars, right, they're the chief house of these Edomites, man. You know, they're the head families of the nation of Edom, man. Okay, but let's grab that in the book of Thessalonians real quick. And the Lord he's using Edomites to expose other Edomites, man. And and to eventually destroy other Edomites. Because according to the scriptures, all right, whether it's Jeremiah 41, Isaiah 13, all right, Russia is going to shoot nuclear missiles, all right, on America, all right, in the land of Israel, okay? Let's get this. It says, Second Thessalonians 2:3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition," man. And that's what's going on right now, man. Okay, starting with those gutter rats over there, man. Right? It ain't no secret, all right, that you run this earth, all right, behind the scenes, man. Okay. So what the Lord is revealing you right now. Okay. Now let's read a little bit of this article. And know what? In this video right here, as you can see, if you just seen it, all right, this video is actually 144 seconds. You know. So just to let you know, hey, it's the spirit. But it says in a noteworthy interview with an Israeli newspaper on Tuesday, Russia has accused Israel of being responsible for the unrest in the Middle East, while relieving Iran its allies of blame. The problem in the region is not Iranian activities. Russian ambassadors to Israel and to Antololi and Viktorov told the Jerusalem Post in comments later shared by Moscow's embassy in, in Tel Aviv is a lack of understanding between countries and noncompliance. The UN resolutions in Israel, Arab and Israel-Palestine conflict, Israelis have steadily annexed and settled across territories and deemed Palestinian by the United Nations. Violence between the two sides have stemmed peace efforts for decades, though frictions between Israel and Iran, along with the fellow Palestinian partners such as Lebanese and Shiite Muslims move, movement movement um, Hez, Hezbollah have taken credence. It says, but Victor Rove dismissed Israeli concerns of Hezbollah and plots such as infiltrations and rocket attacks, pointing instead to regular Israeli operations against the group and other suspected Iranian assets in countries like neighboring Syria. Basically, all right, these gutter rats, they're over there just causing all kind of trouble, man. All right. And that's why I read that scripture. Then shall what the man of sin be revealed, man. Okay, because what this is showing you that hey, these Khazars, all right, these supposed to be Jews, they don't want peace over there, man. And you have them. They got these quotes, peace in the Middle East, you know, but you got a unpeaceable people there, man. Okay, you got Esau there. Israel is attacking Hezbollah, and Hezbollah is not attacking Israel. You see, Victor Rhodes said, arguing there is no proof Hezbollah created the tunnels Israel has uncovered along its contested northern border with Lebanon. Uh, News Weekly spoke to Israeli and Hezbollah officials who said they were ready for another possible conflict between them as tensions ran high in response to Israeli strikes on Syria and, and Damascus' mission to the UN expressed to news last month that countries, especially permanent members of the UN Security Council, should stand against such aggressions. Uh, Victor Rove heeded the call and said Israel must not attack the territories of the sovereign UN members. He acknowledged that Israel gave Russia prior notice before such strikes because coordination is about the safety of the Russian military in Syria, but emphasized there is no way that we are approving Israeli strikes on Syria, never in the past and never in the future, man. So as you can see, man, all right, these gutter rats, man, eventually they gonna heap what coals upon themselves, man. All right, because at the end of the day, all those nations is there for what World War III, which is Bible prophecy, okay. But according to Bible prophecy, all right, like I was saying, all right, they're gonna Russia's gonna wipe that land out, okay. Now let's go to back to that Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 38:1. And the Lord, Salak, and the word of the Lord came into me, saying, Son of man, set thou face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will, and I will, and I will, Salak, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws and bring thee forth and all thou and look, and that's what's going on, man. All right, because you got all these militaries over there in the Middle East, man. All right, and Russia is one of the main militaries. Okay, all right, they're one of the big players over there. It says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thou army and horses and horsemen." And all them clothed with all sorts of armor, and even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all the handling of swords. Matter of fact, oh, it was an article I was just looking at the other day, but you got all these different militaries. All right, they're buying what weapons from Russia, man. All right, Russia is winning. They're winning the arms race. All right, but within this arms race, they're selling missiles to these other nations, to these small nations. Okay, and all those nations really they're gathering those missiles to what? Shoot on America. Okay? But also shoot on the land of Israel. You know, whoever come up against them in these last days. You know? Because it's gonna be one big arrow fight, okay? In World War III. It says, I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy army and horses and horsemen, all right, which is what your tanks, all right, your Humvees, okay. It says all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling the swords or what the missiles, man, all right, or the gun, all right, or a rocket launcher. Okay. It says uh Persia, Ethiopia, all right, Libya, all right, which all that is what in the what Middle East, okay? That's where all this is going down, and that's why I see it. Clearly this is Bible prophecy. Persia, which is what Iran, okay? Let's check that out real quick. See what they give you. I ain't give you much on here. But if you know anything about history, all right, those Persians is what? They're the Iranians, okay? It says Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, and all of them with the shield and helmet. Gomar and all his bands, and the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all of his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepare for thyself, thou and all thou company that are assembled unto thee, be it says, especially when it's dealing with what with Persia, all right? Should I say Iran? It says, and after many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, they shall dwell safely, all of them. It says, thou shalt ascend and come like a storm, thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, and all thou bands and many people with thee. All right, and that's talking about what? Russia and these other nations, all right? That's going to basically what? Come up against America and what? Israel, okay? It says, thus saith the Lord, thy power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, having neither bars nor gates, all right? And that's what? That's when they're going to what? Shoot missiles upon America, okay? Give me 1 second. I'm going to jump down. I'm going to jump down to 14. It says, therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto Gog, thus saith the Lord thy power in that day, when my people Israel dwell safely, thou shalt know it. And it shall come from this place out of the north parts, thou and many people with thee, and all of them riding upon the horses, a great company, a mighty army. And thou shalt come against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know that Salakia, the heathen may know may know me when I shall be sanctifying thee, O Gog, before their eyes. And thus saith the Lord thy power, art thou he whom I have spoken in old time by my servants the prophets of Israel, which prophesied in those days and many years, that I will bring thee against them? And it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come up against the land of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, that the fury shall come up in my face. For in my jealousy and in my fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel, all right? And that's when what? Russia and all these other nations, they're gonna wipe that land clean out. All right, because that land, all right, that land it has to be cleansed too. Okay? Because look at all the filth that's going on. Okay, the real people is not there. Okay, from them having gay parades, from them eating kosher food. All right, the Lord got to cleanse that land from that. With that, hey, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashan Rashai, by Shimmer Kakadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS and salutations to all the Akim out there that's pushing this truth. Shalom.